start with the sites. So we really started with YouTube, and Saturday Night Live made YouTube popular. That's why it broke, because people illegally loaded the videos on there. And YouTube has progressed. A lot of people will add their own soundtracks, and now those soundtracks are identified so that you can go to iTunes and actually buy the music. That's kind of where we started. Then folks like MetaCafe came out with content that was copyrighted. Works similarly to YouTube, but marketers were able to identify what you were looking at. So in this case, Coca-Cola knows that you're on an entertainment channel, and down at the bottom, they're feeding you an opportunity to earn, through Coke Rewards, entertainment, movie tickets, concert tickets, etc. Hulu just broke and changed the model. So NBC said, we really created YouTube and got nothing for it. Let's partner with Fox and let's create the best video site on the web, in their opinion. So what they've created is a video site that is sort of like a cable operator. They go and they pull all the different networks, content, they put it on there, and everybody can watch for free, and advertisers pay for it. Guess what? The model works. It's huge. It's growing. But while I'm on here and I'm watching a 45-minute show because I don't have time to turn on my television and I want to watch it when I want to watch it, give me the opportunity to share it with all my friends and put it out on my social networking sites. They're not allowing tagging yet, but a product like Clickable, you can imagine you're going to go on Hulu and other sites, you're going to send this show to your friend, which has the advertising embedded in it, and then you can go in and tag the show for your favorite spots. So you might hide some messages in there and send that to your friends. Imagine the kind of communication that's going to go on just there with entertainment content. People are going to take over the content itself and make it their own. TV.com really got started as a website that was all focused on TV listings. Now they've got content on here, but more importantly, they're becoming a focus group for producers. So tell us what you liked about the episode. What didn't you like? Be brutally honest. And they're actually having dialogues with the directors and the artists on here. Juiced, we wanted to show Juiced. It's really interesting. Juiced took social networking to the next level, and they actually gave social networking sites their own shows. So Dig, everybody here familiar with Dig? Dig has their own show on Juiced, as do a lot of other social networking groups. But also, Juiced is one of the few sites, they're one of the first sites that allows you, while you're on the site, you log into Facebook, and your interface is actually Facebook while you're on Juiced. So everything you do, all the tools that are on Facebook to tell your friends, to broadcast your friends, to post, are embedded within Juiced. So it's like you're on Facebook, but you're on Juiced to make it more social. We talked about Clickable and Rachel Ray. I think everybody here is probably familiar with the Clickable product, but if you're not, I'll plug Roger and Emily. They've done an outstanding job. This product is really out at the forefront. And in this case, with Rachel Ray, she's giving away a recipe. How many people have watched a cooking show and they go through it really fast and you don't know what the hell they've talked about? Well, here, you can log on anytime you want. You can go see the segment. You can pause it if you want. You can click on any item in there, even the refrigerator, her clothes, the food, the brand of olive oil that she's using, or the recipe. And you can click and go to links to buy those things, or to download that recipe, or to get her clothes. What's really interesting about this, there's some proprietary information behind it, but in the case of Rachel Ray, she has the top web portal on CBS. The clickable views, people are 3 times as sticky. So if they're watching a video, normally with Rachel Ray, they'll watch it one time and they'll watch it for about 2 minutes. When they have the clickable element, they watch for 6 to 10 minutes. You know exactly what they've clicked on and what they're interested in. And in the future, if people opt in, Rachel Ray will be able to take her viewers. Imagine if these were TV viewers, because in the end, television goes away and everybody watches the web. She can take all of her viewers and she knows exactly where they're pinpointing and what they're doing and where they're engaged in her video. That's huge. That's where television turns into CRM, where your customer relationship management. You know your viewers and you're marketing to them in exactly the ways that they want to be marketed to. And then Quick, Roger mentioned Quick. Is everybody here familiar with Quick? Some folks are nodding their head. It's literally a site, and you just pull out your smartphone and you start shooting live on a website. So this is a cool site. This is kind of the YouTube of the space. There's going to be, in the next year and a half, there's probably going to be 20 or 30,000 of these kind of sites that pop up, and they're going to go very micro, and every club and organization in the world is going to have their live feeds. Eventually where that will go is the technology and speed will catch up, and then it's just going to be you and I talking together on this phone, but you're in another city. Or a group like here today, all broadcast from the phone. There is an important thing that holds the future of video that I'd like to talk to you guys about, and I kind of have a political axe to grind. That's the 700 megahertz spectrum. Is everybody here familiar with that? Some folks are. The current television broadcast is on 700 megahertz. So the big towers that you see, television broadcast is all going to digital. So that spectrum is now available, and the federal government controls that spectrum. And there was an auction last year, 1 year ago, and 3 bidders purchased the national spectrum, AT&T and Google and Verizon. And shortly thereafter, CTIA, which is an organization that is a lobbyist group for the cell phone industry, took this whole auction to the Supreme Court, and they're fighting it. The reason they're fighting it is, imagine a world that we will someday soon have where the internet is omnipresent. We don't need, no offense, I love Verizon and not everybody. We don't need Verizon, and we don't need AT&T, we don't need a cable. It's everywhere, it's in the air, and everything talks. Your refrigerator has a chip in it that talks to your phone, your microwave. It's all out there. When that happens, then, and it's at such a high rate of speed, television becomes irrelevant. It's all about content. You go and pull the content from where you need it. So I'd like you guys, just as you're out in the market, when you're reading, if you ever see anything on the 700 megahertz, or you have an opportunity to voice your opinion on it, learn about it, because it's really important. It'll change our economy. It's not anything that's the government's going to roll out right away, because millions of jobs will be lost. The technology needs to be caught up before all the Verizon trucks go away. Verizon has to figure out a new model. And the same for AT&T and the other folks. But just keep that in mind, as that's another tool that's out there. And this is kind of a projection line of where technology is going. Again, it shifts all the time. Right now we're at keyboard, download-based smartphones, over 20% of the market. GPS app-based. By 2010, by the end of 2010, this will be the primary way that people access the web. The video-based web, based on speed and where everything's going, should take over by 2012, where most of your interfaces are video. They're not text, they're video. But that's contingent upon a lot of technological advances. The wireless industry has had the 3G technology for 20 years. We just got it in the United States. By this point, we should be at 5 or 6G. The 700 megahertz, will the federal government release that as they're supposed to do? Probably not. But at some point, when that gets released, we'll be right here, somewhere around 2014, with a two-way video type product. And then real time after that. So I guess the question to you guys, we've shared a lot of stuff here today. We talked about where technology is going as far as video, from the clickable type things where you're going to be able to embed video to just the straight two-way dialogues. Why do we think that video is going to be the predominant medium? The reason is that the pipe is going to be 100 times faster than it is right now. So everything's going to be real time. And it's more intuitive. And all of that text that you're talking about can be embedded in the video. So you can watch the 5-minute news report, you could watch the 30-minute version, the 5-minute version, and you can click in and start reading right there. So the text isn't completely going away, just the way that you interface with the web is going to be much more video-oriented, because that's how people operate.